What is up, guys? Welcome back to rebuild part 2 of the NB Miata here. So like I said before, today's goal is we're gonna put all the new body panels on, and also we're gonna be pulling out the core support that was bent. We got Kev here helping us today, and so our main goal is pull the core support out because it is bent, like you guys saw in the last episode here. And then also we're gonna be putting the new hood, front bumper, headlight, and also fender in that was destroyed in the wreck. So our main goal here is we kind of like hooked everything up a little bit right now, and but what we have to do is, if you guys can see this, is the core support right here is slightly pushed in like this, and we kind of just need to line it back up straight. So what we're thinking is, so you can see like the headlight is still in there, like I was saying before, it's stuck in there because this core support headlight area is pushed down. So we're gonna pull this up slightly and also pull this up slightly here, and then all it needs to go is forward about probably like half a hand. And then other than that, it should be good to go. And then we need to take off the hood latch here, bend that back 90 degrees, and kind of just straighten everything back out on the front of the car here. And then also after that, everything's straight, then inspect everything, and then we should be good to go to install all the new parts that we got for the car. So basically we're just taking this super slow. We put it in this area first, but the main goal is we need to take this headlight out because it's really jammed in there. And once we do that, then we'll have all this room to kind of go back and forth and straighten it up as much as we can with the other core support on their side, or kind of the left side there. This almost looks like it's pretty proportional almost. It just needs to be lifted up on this side. Yeah, I'm thinking if we lift here, you'll get a little more room. I just don't want to bend in one spot because it's already starting to crease that. I don't want to crease it. So basically what we're doing here is what we found best is, like, obviously we're using engine hoist and everything, but this basically like leveler, I guess you could say, whatever this thing is it allows you to kind of bend it, because we need to bend this portion because it's slightly pointed back. Basically that core support right there, you can see like how crooked that is right here. We need it like to come up flat, and then we'll be able to pull it up slightly. Dude, it's perfect. Holy cow, keep going. Yes, dude, it's flat now. Hey, yes, sir. That's pretty good. Be careful. Yeah, it might slip off. Yeah. That's good. That's perfect. All right, I'm gonna let it out. Dude, it's flat now, man. It might go back down a little bit. Dude, look at that. Hey, that's perfect. Almost. Yeah, it's gonna go slightly back down. Dude, that's mint. Hey. So as you guys can see, we're able to flatten that out pretty nicely. Definitely still have to come back and pop this a little bit down, and then this is kind of bent in slightly, so we'll bend this back out. But you can see like the headlight bezel now is like nice, and a headlight will fit in there. But you can see it's still slightly bent up right here. Have some more work right here, but this is the main thing that we were wanting to do, is flatten this out. And then now we're gonna go ahead and work on the middle of the core support where the radiator is. And what we're thinking here is take some toe straps here and basically we're tying it on there, and we're thinking we'll pull this up, and then maybe what we'll do is, since we don't have like too many trees around here honestly to tie to, and the grass is super wet, we'll probably pull the truck over here, maybe tie it down to the truck and be able to pull this out slightly if we need to, if this pulling up doesn't, I guess, help this out. What we did here is we took the 2 radiator brackets off, which allows us to push the radiator back a little bit to get the strap behind it, since this is pushed so forward, because this should have a gap between here on the core support and obviously not be touching the radiator. And also you have the AC condenser in here. That's another thing that we have to fix too, is the AC turns on and everything, but it doesn't blow cold, and it did before the wreck. So maybe the condenser got messed up, maybe it needs recharged, or there's a hole somewhere, one of the lines got kinked or something like that. But that's another thing we'll be fixing here. But we're gonna be pulling this up and out. Like we said before, we're not sure if we can just pull it up a little bit and maybe it'll come out. And then if not,
difficult because the condenser that's behind here, it's kind of easy to get to on this side, but it's crumpled down on this side. So you have to go back behind the core support and then up and over the condenser. So a little bit of tricky strap work going on.
Plus we don't want to friggin' puncture anything too. That'd be a sucky day right there.
Yeah.
Well boys, forgot to record it, but we came up with a solution. So Kev thought about this idea is we took a bolt and we had these things on the engine hoist and we just stuck a bolt all the way through one of the holes on the core support, and then it allowed it to pull it all the way up. So you guys can see that now. It is completely flat all the way across.
You are gonna pull it though, make sure you use washers because otherwise you might pull it through the hole.
Pull it through. That would suck. But it looks pretty straight now. It's kind of more up on this side, so we'll just like kind of push it down slightly, bang it down a little bit, and then pop these on here. This is the only bad thing I guess you could say is like these were tack welded on there, and these popped off on the bottom of the frame of the car. Or I guess this is like the crash bar up here. So we might drill these holes out and put bolts in here just to make it really sturdy, and then also we just have to figure out like bending this back and putting a bolt in there.
Might be able to pull it out with this same method. Maybe even get the truck and just strap it in, stick a bolt through and try and pull it straight.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at that and see how we can do it.
Yeah.
Which side do you want? I'm gonna be on that side. Is that cool? Slow. You're taut. A little more. Do you have anything in it right now? Okay. Pull a little. Just give it a tiny bit of gas. Kill it. Back up. Back up.
What's wrong?
It moved up. So instead of pulling on, just pulling up top. Yep. Little more. Tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. Tiny bit. Stop. Go a little more. Stop. Back up. It's pretty straight.
What?
Pretty straight. You started dragging the back tires.
The Miata?
Yeah.
I was not giving it anything. Hey.
Yeah, that's straight.
Dude. This tire is perfect.
That's pretty straight to me though. What do you guys think?
Well guys, I think that's definitely a big success. We used the truck and everything to pull it kind of out. But you guys can see now that that is pretty straight. It's pretty good now. And then what we're gonna do now is kind of bend it back and up slightly. And then we just have to pop this down a little bit and maybe this up slightly. But that is That is pretty straight now. Just looking on it too, like that's heck of a lot better. It's aligned with the radiator too, and all the way over here is pretty good. Definitely matches this side too. We'll have to push this down slightly, and but I mean that's definitely money compared to how it was. And then we'll have to do a little bit more configuration right here, and then we'll bolt these tabs on. And then I also did straighten out this guy right here, the hood latch. Bent this back to 90 degrees, and it actually fits in there nicely now. It'll be straight up and down. We'll just have to push this back slightly, but that looks good. That's success right there. Well guys, we put the fender, the new headlight, the new front bumper, and new hood on. And as you guys can see right now, this is just a rough mock-up. We definitely have to do some more pulling. You can see that, like, so the hood latch is definitely broken, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. I think when I was pulling up on it, or maybe in the wreck too, it messed up basically the locking mechanism when you push your hood down. So it only kind of like, it only locks on there with like the latch that you can pull it up on kind of thing. And then the body lines over here, they're pretty much OEM. And then you kind of get over here, and we can tell that we have to pull the core support a little bit more out on this side. And then just to match everything up, because you still have like a body gap over here. So definitely needs to go down some more on this side, and then basically pull it out a little bit more. But it's not too far off. Like we're almost there. Getting pretty close here. But I tried to get silver panels for the car just so it matches, because obviously like I could have gotten black, I guess. But these are readily available, like pretty close to me, and we're gonna be painting the car anyway, and then probably eventually maybe wrap the car a different color. But it's almost there. There's nothing bolted up, it's just set on there, so I'm super stoked. It's coming along. We got the big part of it. Basically just wanted to pull the core support out, and then also kind of mock up and put the new body panels on. And she's definitely getting there. That fender's a little bit different color, but oh well. I'm probably gonna be getting a new front bumper. Ooh, I can't tell you guys that. I have a plan in my head. This thing's gonna look sick. But definitely some super good progress today. What do you think, Kev?
Dude, it looks so much better. Even just pulling that little bit out on the core support.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder to pull. But literally with this, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, that in the truck. And like, we'll show you guys one more time here. But the hood, we have the hood on and everything, but you can see, looking at it some more, this definitely needs to be pulled out slightly. And then this needs to be pulled up. This needs to be pulled down or pushed down on this side, just to make it OEM or pretty mint, so the headlight bolts up pretty good. And then obviously I need to get a new hood latch, because this one right here, this mechanism, this works to unlock it or unlatch the hood, but when you push down on your hood to lock it down, this is broken in the back. So grab a new one of those, do some more maneuvering on the core support. But that's definitely huge, that I mean the radiator is not pushed up against the intake anymore. There's a space there now, you can put your finger through it, which is how it's supposed to be. And then we'll be able to put the brackets back on for there. It's definitely a lot better than
it's so much better than it was before.
So that's definitely
a little more tweaking back and forth, but obviously it's not going to be perfect, right? It's not going to be, but it's so close. Like we're so close to getting it right back to it. It
will never be OEM or perfect how it was for the factory, unless you do a new core support. Exactly. And even then, like, you never know. But it'll be perfect enough that you won't be able to tell once the car's painted and everything.
And the biggest thing is like it only hit the front core support, like the crash bar in the front. There's no damage to it all. So
yeah, exactly. Like the radiator wasn't punctured. Like again, we'll have to figure out what's wrong with the AC. Maybe it needs recharged or something like that. But nothing was punctured. Nothing's like completely crumpled, like I said before on the core support. Kevin was saying too. Mostly cosmetic. So headlight, front bumper, this fender, and the hood. And the old parts are over there, just crumpled away. The graveyard.
The old graveyard.
So I'm pretty stoked on definitely the progress that we made today. But stay tuned for part 3 coming. In part 3 we're gonna definitely wrap up like pulling the core support out, make sure all the body panels align, and then we should be able to take the car for maybe a drive and maybe a walk around. Hopefully we can get the body panels back to OEM as much as we can to make sure we don't even, it doesn't even look like it was ever wrecked. So that's the goal, but definitely stay tuned. Make sure to smash that like button, comment down below if you have any questions, and as always, GPG, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out, guys. We'll see you in the next one.